Welcome, everybody. I'm glad you're able to join us. I have the privilege and pleasure of being able to introduce Bhante. We have a small history of over 25 years, and he is an amazing, amazing human being. He is engaged in humanitarian good deeds around the world. When disaster strikes, he's there. He helps rebuild schools and buildings and people's lives and water supplies. And he's an amazing counselor. He is so intuitive, and he helps so many people and bringing them, just wellness and peace of mind. It's just great. In addition, he's an amazing teacher, and he has the ability to communicate and get through to you in a way to change your behavior. And from my point of view, I divide my life into two parts, AB and BB, before Bhante and after Bhante. And we met him up on Omega, which is what I call a spiritual summer camp. And we spent a weekend with him in 1996, an introduction to meditation. And it was just life-changing. I mean, we did walking meditations, we did loving kindness meditations, and it just changed our lives. And he taught us how to meditate and its importance in daily life in really energizing you. And I meditate every morning between a half hour and an hour. Nan does it between a half hour and an hour. And what's amazing about it, it sets the table for the day. I'm a lawyer with all sorts of crazy things going on, but this keeps you centered. And part of our everyday meditations is we do a loving kindness meditation, and we send out all that good energy to all, you start with yourselves and then
today, right?
yeah, and friends. So so you'll have the pleasure of a Bhante talk, followed by pleasure, and it is unbelievably delicious, of a loving kindness meditation. So without any further ado, I introduce you to Bhante. What else do I have to do?
Bhante, you have to unmute Bhante.
So Mr. Lee Cobin, thank you, Lee, for all what you have done to help the work that we have done all around the world. You and your wife, Nancy, have been a very important part of my life. Sorry, I have a little bit of... you both are two of the closest people in my life. May you be healthy and happy. May you find more peace and harmony in your lives. I extend a warm welcome to all of you. Usually we begin by paying homage to the Buddha. So let me do that and then continue our Dhamma talk. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Today, the topic is how to integrate loving kindness into your daily life. And practice loving kindness meditation or meditation on love that Buddha calls metta. In our last session, we discussed the Buddhist concept of love, metta. At the end of my talk, I promised you that I will guide you through a loving kindness meditation in my next session, which is today. So let's take a few minutes to explain how the practice of metta bhavana, or cultivating loving kindness, can be integrated into your daily life. Love can nurture you. Love can heal you. Love can bring peace and fulfillment into your life. Love brings harmony into relationships. So cultivating love and nurturing love within you is an essential part, or is essential for your happiness and fulfillment in life. This is an ancient meditation technique that Buddha taught. The Buddha lived in India 2,600 years ago. Thousands of truth seekers, men and women, gathered in his retreat centers and started to meditate, seeking self-transformation. Some of them were monks and nuns. Most of them were ordinary people who were struggling with many issues and emotional disturbances or distress. Buddha introduced metta bhavana, which is translated into English as meditation on cultivating love in your heart. This is commonly known as loving kindness meditation, which the Buddha taught those students as a tool to return to love and reconnect with their own loving nature. If you can spend 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes every day, actually Lee and Nancy, as I know them, begin the day with loving kindness meditation. And I have seen them becoming more and more loving last 25 years. I don't know how far you, how far else you can go. It seems to me that you are reaping the benefits of that time that you dedicate every day. The first thing when you wake up, and whenever I visit you, and we also begin the day together meditating. So you can reap so many wonderful benefits. There are therapeutic benefits. There are therapeutic benefits. You can heal and release emotional pain. There are social benefits. It is easier for others to like and love you. And there are spiritual benefits, helping you to reach self-transformation and spiritual maturity and experience inner awakening. That is the ultimate goal of practice of metta meditation. We begin this meditation with a physical relaxation exercise. We all know when the body is relaxed, the mind naturally calms down. When your mind is calm, your thoughts are clearer, and it is easy for you to maintain a focused state of mind. Whenever you start your meditation, take a few minutes to practice the body awareness and relax the body first. the mind constantly wanders away and goes on fantasy journeys. How are you going to reduce them or stop them? You know, it is not easy to stop the wandering mind. We need to keep an eye on it and manage it during the practice. If you make a few clear choices and commit to keep them during your meditation, it is easier to keep the mind on track. Today, our main focus is going to be the practice of loving kindness meditation or metta. And therefore, you're going to keep the mind in a positive and loving state and keep the mind engaged in loving thoughts. So you remind yourself at the very beginning, until I finish my practice, I will allow only positive, harmonious, and loving thoughts into my mind. It's a very good affirmation to repeat just as you begin the practice. Any negative or unpleasant thoughts will be stopped or removed by saying, "Not now." No matter how vigilant you are, from time to time, disturbing negative thoughts sneak in and take you to chaotic thought jungles where you get lost. To prevent such things happening, you have to make another choice, a clear choice. You choose to be calm and patient. You can say to yourself, I will remain calm and patient during this time, and everything I experience during my meditation will be part of my meditation practice. Because when you include that in your practice, you have to pay attention, you have to attend it, and you do not consider them any disturbances as distractions for your meditation. So, which means all the disturbances you may experience are considered to be part of your meditation. This will help you to maintain calm and patient mind, mental state, attitude. And you slowly turn your attention back to where you want it to be. Relaxation of the body and reorientation of the mind this way will provide you solid foundation for meditation. What are you trying to do when you practice metta meditation or loving kindness? Lead the mind into a loving state and keep thinking loving thoughts. You direct those thoughts first to yourself and extend them beyond yourself to others and to the world. What is the purpose of loving kindness meditation? Cultivating love. Very simple. The more you practice it, the more loving you will be. As the practice deepens, you become a more loving person. Actually, you become love. This is when you begin to experience the real fulfillment of love, fulfillment that comes from within. All our thoughts produce energy. We know that from experience. Positive, loving thoughts produce nurturing, healing energy. In the beginning of your meditation, if you simply be repeating intentional thoughts, you're producing that energy. But as you continue your practice, eventually you will begin to feel the energy connected to the meaning of the loving words or sentences you repeat. The more you feel and the longer you stay on that feeling, the happier you become. Your thoughts help you to become more loving, and the thoughts can help you to be happy. You can teach yourself to love or hate. You can condition your brain to look at things negatively or positively. You do that by repeating thoughts. The fast-growing field of neuroscience understand how neural connections are formed and habits are established by repetitive thoughts and behavior. To break negative habits, you can rewire your brain with neural wiring. Intentional, positive, loving thoughts can create healthy, new neural wiring. That is how you build personality and character, by simply wanting to be a loving person does not make you a loving person. You need to have necessary neural, hormonal, and psychological conditions in place. Practice of metta bhavana helps you to bring them together. I often wonder whether I meditate to change my brain, because sometimes you can feel how neurons get fired in your brain as shifts and changes happen in the mind. It's amazing to feel it or even observe it. It is amazing to see that 2,600 years ago, without any of this scientific research, Buddha put himself together, these programs together to help the monks reach self-realization through character transformation. He knew how it needed to be done. Before you begin your practice, anchor your mind in your breath. What do I mean by that? Bring your attention to breathing and keep returning to your breath during your practice. Why would you do that? Because that guarantees you that your attention remains in the present moment. Because when you breathe, you always breathe in the present moment. You can't breathe in the last moment. You won't breathe in the next moment. You can't breathe in the next moment. Your breath happens in the present. So present moment awareness, or what we call sati, is essential for real successful results of your meditation. In today's practice, while thinking loving thoughts, you need to be fully present with them. Learn how to become present in your thought. Make sure the mind is not disturbed by anything. The mind is not wandering into the fantasies of the past or future. Although you are practicing loving kindness meditation, on some level, you are still connected to the breath, your breathing as well. When you feel a loving connection with yourself, you feel whole, and we know that. Although sometimes these moments are rare, you feel whole. You feel happy and satisfied with your life. A loving moment is a deeply satisfying moment. It gives you pure happiness. You do not have to do anything. You naturally begin to radiate loving energy. Naturally. Thoughts are frequencies. We know all our thoughts are frequencies. They're energy patterns. Your thoughts interact with others and touch and influence them. Sometimes a person could be sitting in silence. If you are thinking pure, positive, loving thoughts, you can see those frequencies are being received by the person without any words. That is why if you are a loving person, you do not have to prove that you are, that you're loving. If you're a loving person, you don't have to prove that to anybody. We all have the ability to correctly identify and interpret the genuine frequency of love of others. When you practice this meditation, consider your thoughts to be a spotlight. This is a good visualization that you can hold in your mind so that will guide you and help you to maintain the practice and go deeper. Your positive thoughts with a wholesome intention are the rays of that stoplight. So you consider your thoughts to be your mind to be a spotlight. And your thoughts are the rays of light. Your positive thoughts with wholesome intention are the rays of that light, spotlight. Do you get that picture in your mind? It is good to have that, visualize that. These rays of the rays of your spotlight are charged with the energy of your heart. Loving thoughts, pure, positive intentions. When you feel this in that moment itself, already you feel nurturing, happy feelings. Now, your whole attention is on yourself, and your thoughts produce nurturing feelings. You feel the vibrations produced by those thoughts. In the beginning, we choose 3 or 4 positive, wholesome, harmonious words. And focus our attention on them to generate feelings of love. Let us choose 4 words. I'm sure those who have done loving kindness meditation are familiar. Healthy, happy, loving, and peaceful. So, healthy, happy, loving, and peaceful. To love yourself is to genuinely be interested in your happiness and well-being. Can I repeat it again? To love yourself is to genuinely be interested in your happiness and well-being. This is one definition that really fits into this loving kindness meditation or metta practice. It is not a selfish wish. It is a selfless affirmation. It is hard for selfish people to love themselves. Selfishness is a barrier for love. In order to release energy of love, you need to produce them within you first. That is why you need to practice loving yourself first. Bring yourself first to the spotlight and bathe yourself with rays of your loving thoughts. And that you do first. And that is why you first train the mind to think loving thoughts towards yourself and let your whole body feel them. As you practice, you keep repeating, may I be healthy, may I be happy, may I be loving, may I be peaceful. There are a whole other sentences or words that you can choose. But for now, we just practice these thoughts. When you love someone, you want that person to be healthy, happy, loving, and live in peace. Do you agree with me? Do you feel that way for the people who you love? During this particular meditation, you bless yourself with pure thoughts that come from loving intentions, and you take yourself into that space by repeating these positive, nurturing words. As you feel comfortable, you widen the spotlight to include everyone in your family. Isn't that amazing that you can feel that you're extending, your mind becomes a spotlight and the rays are extending. They are your thoughts, and harmonious, peaceful, loving, warm, pure vibrations, energy. And you wish them the same. May you be healthy, may you be happy, may you be loving and peaceful. They're going to be blessed by your intentional loving thoughts. Then you extend it further to include the neighbors and friends and eventually all people and all living beings. Your mind becomes like a sun that radiates light. Your thoughts become rays of that light. You can focus it on anyone. And everybody who comes under it gets touched by it, gets nurtured by it. This is actually a visualization I use these days, almost every day, to expand a loving heart during the practice. Keep your body relaxed. Keep the mind engaged in those words and keep repeating them to generate harmonious, warm feelings within you. When you engage to, when you manage to get deeper into this meditation and do it right, at the end of your meditation, as you open your eyes, you feel lighter in both your body and mind. Even during your practice, if you are able to generate these loving thoughts and feel the positive healing heart energy in it, in that moment itself, you feel calm, you feel nurtured by them. Shortly, I'm going to lead you through this loving kindness meditation. But remember, these instructions will help you to achieve better results. I'm going to make a few more suggestions that can help you integrate this practice into your daily life. If you really want to be a person who radiates love, there are a lot of people who keep telling, I love you. But sometimes the energy is so flat. There are no positive charges in it. There is no positive charge in it. There is no higher frequency in it because it is disconnected from a pure intention. So if you really want to be a person who radiates love, this practice is a wonderful tool, a wonderful path. There are two aspects to this practice. First, commitment to a daily meditation practice, as Leah Nan does it every day. Sit still, relax the body, and keep the mind in a loving state, thinking loving thoughts. This is a perfect meditation to do the first thing in the morning. Actually, when you wake up in the morning, before doing anything else, you can spend some time thinking loving thoughts and directing them to yourself and the others. A very simple way to empower yourself. You feel connected to your body, feel positive, loving thoughts. Appreciate everyone who is part of your life and those who will cross your path during the day. You feel the best of you first thing in the morning. The best part of you, the best of you, who you are in your heart. And you can plan to remain in touch with that part. What a wonderful way to begin the day. What a wonderful way to feel empowered when you wake up. You can make yourself feel as though you have woken up to meet someone who radiates love. Again, please remember, radiate love, not somebody who utter a word saying, I love you, with flat energy or with no energy. So if you can make yourself feel as though you wake up to meet someone who radiates love, that someone is yourself. Let that someone surprise yourself or surprise you from time to time. As you meet yourself, you can greet with a gentle smile. A smile that radiates the frequencies of love. A smile from your heart. A genuine, a pure smile. A warm, welcoming smile. Then repeat in your mind, may I be healthy, may I be happy, may I be loving, may I be peaceful. Then you think of your family and friends, bless them with your loving thoughts and wholesome intentions. Before you get out of the bed, tell yourself, today I will express love through my thoughts, words, and actions as often as possible. This is a very, very good affirmation to repeat in the morning, the first thing in the morning when you wake up. Today I will express love through my thoughts, words, and actions as often as possible. As often as possible. When I am loving, I bless myself with happiness and bless others with peace. You can get your family members, husband, wife, partner, or anybody involved. You can designate the first hour in the day, for example. Designate the first hour in the day as a metta hour or loving kindness hour or hour of love. During this time, you relate to each other with loving and thoughtful attention. You will see a huge difference if everybody agrees in the family that the first hour you relate to each other with loving and thoughtful attention. The first hour. The rest of the time they can do whatever they want to do. But you bring an hour, you give everybody guidance. No negative interactions or exchanges. You can teach this to your children. Hour of positive, harmonious, peaceful living, completely free of any negative emotions, negative words, or negative actions, or disruptive actions. The purpose of meditation practice is to bring what you think, affirm, and feel during meditation into your daily life and learn how to express them in action. If it is not practical, it is useless, isn't it? So I want to wish you all success with your noble efforts to become more loving people and those who radiate love, those who do not expect others to understand you even, because you don't need others, you don't need to be understood. You will be felt. So may you, noble efforts to become more loving people will continue. May you be healthy and happy. May you be loving and peaceful. So now I'm going to guide you through the loving kindness meditation. So take a minute or two to stand or stretch, and then we will do the meditation practice.